Hey guys, Kashaira here. Welcome back to my channel. So I am setting up my planner for March 2021. So if you are interested in seeing how I'm going to set it up, stay tuned and subscribe to this channel. So I decided impromptu to film this video, which is why I started off vlog style, because I wanted you to kind of see how my little messy setup is. But basically I am getting ready to update my business planner. Basically what I've done already is just taken out old sheets, recycled them, and just added in a couple of new sections. I'm going to be filming like I don't know, I might do either a flip through in this video or a separate flip through. I'm not really sure. It depends on how long this takes, but I figured you all may want to see this process. So basically what I'm doing right now is my monthly layout. This insert is dated. It's pre-dated. I bought it on Etsy as a printable, so I printed it and punched it myself. The shop is called Perfectly Organized, and so now what I'm doing is decorating it. So I've added some washi here at the bottom. This washi tape is from Simply Gilded. So initially the plan was to use the same ones on both sides, but this one kept acting up. It kept ripping, so I had to change it out. Still looks cute, it's just not the same. So that's what I've done, and now I'm basically covering up, because the template is blue, I'm covering it up with these stickers. This is from Capital Chic Designs. They're I don't think it has a name, it's just the Go Wild stuff. This is from Michael. So anyway, let me set the camera up and we can get into it.
Hate you, then I miss you again. Selfish, I can be so selfish. Spend more time when meeting your friends. Please forgive my attitude. I want my cake and eat it too, but a little grace would be enough for me to prove. You're my mirror, I can finally see, bringing out the best in me, yeah. I don't want no problems, but I know I got a lot of work to do. Baby, I'm not perfect, but I know I'm worth it, working out my issues with you, with you. I be holding grudges, can't let go of any mistakes. Distant, sometimes I get distant, stay away as long as it takes. Please forgive my attitude, I need my cake and eat it too, but a little time will be enough for me to prove. Bringing out the best in me, yeah. I don't want no problems, but I know I got a lot of work to do. Baby, I'm not perfect, but I know I'm worth it, working out my issues with you, with you. My highs and my lows, it's part of being human. Can you weather the storm? I'm starting to believe you can, 'cause baby, you the remedy. You're my mirror, I could finally see, bringing out the best in me, yeah. I don't want these problems, I know I got a lot of work to do. Baby, I'm not perfect, but I know I'm worth it, working out my issues with you, with you. away, take it away. Feeling too good to me. Chilling all day, all in your space is where I wanna be. Here in this room, what did you do? I just can't get enough. Too caught up in your love. I've been trying to forget, but you won't let me. Something in my brain wants you. I've been hanging by myself, asking for help, but nothing seems to work on you. Yeah, you always make me feel like home. Yeah, you never leave my thoughts alone. Yeah, you're the reason I'm going out my mind. I just can't stop thinking about you. All that I crave when you're away, nights are sleepless. Do we need space? Yeah, maybe a break. Boy, you're my weakness. Give and we take, the love that we make, it's my favorite drug. Too caught up in your love. I've been trying to forget, but you won't let me. Something in my brain wants you. I've been hanging by myself, asking for help, but nothing seems to work on you. Yeah, you always make me feel like home. Yeah, you never leave my thoughts alone. Yeah, you're the reason I'm going out my mind. I just can't stop thinking about you. You got me feeling some type of way. You make me wanna stay in all day. You're the reason I can't get out my head. I just can't stop thinking about you. 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 I just can't stop thinking about you.
Okay guys, so I am back now. So now I just wanted to walk you through like my monthly planning process. So again, the first thing I do is go through the planner, take out old pages. So old project pages, old notes pages, old planning pages. I'm not one that stores and keeps that stuff. I just recycle it. So basically the planner is now, it's not empty, but it's empty in terms of like written content. So I do that first every month. I may go in and add some new dashboards and stuff. So I didn't take any dashboards out. I just added to this one that I got from Fancy Plans, and I don't know where the other one is. I think it's towards the back. Let me see. Yeah, it's over here. And then I added this one, and then I just added a new section, a to-do list section, because I got this new insert, but all the other sections are still the same. Hello. Okay, so then from there I do all my decorating. So basically the pages that I decorate, first and foremost, my monthly overview. And I totally realized after I started doing this that like this does not match, but it's cute to me. So I normally would not pair florals and cheetah, but you know what, this is my planner, so I do normally like decorate this in some sort of way. I didn't go crazy with putting stickers within the actual calendar itself yet, because this month is still kind of filling out for me, so I wanted to have more space to write, honestly. So I do this, and then from there I always do my week on 2. You guys know that this is like, well, you probably don't, because I don't think I've done an update. So basically this used to be like my weekly spread, and I would just work from this, and I would just work based on category. But last month I did an experiment where I paired this style of planning with daily sheets. So this was like my priority section, and then I had a daily section. I actually did like it. I do have a particular type of daily insert that I'm loving right now. That might change, but basically I go ahead and decorate this section first, and I like to decorate my planner every week. So instead of doing the whole month, I only do for the next week. So like this is the week of March 1st through the 7th. Again, these inserts, y'all have seen it a million times. It's from Cloth and Paper, and these stickers are all from, well, these stickers, these like themed ones, are from Pinkimono Papers on Etsy. The custom labels are from Erin Condren. These stickers are from Isis Ella Jewels, and then these like dots are from that gold, not, is it gold? No, Capital Chic Designs. I was gonna say Gold Mine and Cocoa. Capital Chic Designs set. So I decorate this, and then I barely decorate my daily sheets. And I mean barely. So what I do is, for the daily sheets for this particular insert, let me grab one because I put them in the planner already. I'll put the day of the week at the top, or I'll just write it in, and then I'll normally put some kind of like notes sticker on top of this, but I didn't feel like it. Instead, I just put this little water tracker in here. It's really plain, but I think I like having this to remind me to drink water at work. And then I always put some sticker over here. Normally I put like a bigger sticker, but I'm trying to use up my stickers, and I'm starting with some of the ones that I don't like as much. I bought these stickers like years ago, so I'm just like putting them on here. And for the daily inserts, I actually like to have a lot of writing space. I typically don't go overboard with stickers here unless I'm covering up the names of stuff, or I'll put a big sticker here over the evening because I tend to not work in the evenings anymore. So that's how I do that. But like I said, those stickers are going to go back to being bigger once I get through some of these. So now that I've done all of my decorating, now it's time to get to planning. So what you are looking at is the 2021 quarterly overview from Cloth and Paper. I went ahead and covered up these sections with some stickers from Isis Ella Jewels, and I covered it up because I did write a couple lines in January, but I scribbled in, there's like a little blank box at the top where I just wrote like important dates, but I was rushing, so my handwriting was like worse than usual, and it just looked so ugly. So I just went ahead and covered it up. I didn't do anything in here for February, so we're going to try it again in March for the quarterly overview. So I'm actually just going to start here. And so I just want to call out some important dates that I need to know off the top of my head. And so what I'm doing now is I'm just opening up my phone to my Google Calendar. So I'm going to have that off to the side. Pulled out some pens from the drawer, and I just put this label important at the top just so it wouldn't look so plain. So what I'm doing now is just scrolling through my phone to call out like important dates that aren't really normal. Like, for example, I'm not going to put my normal like staff meetings on here or my normal coaching calls on here because those happen all the time. These are just like unique things. So one thing I'm going to put on here that I immediately see is for, let me write date in here, is for 3/9. I have a Google webinar, which the link for these are always in my description. Those are free to come to. And then 3/10, I'm doing a live podcast with my friend Milan. Her podcast is called The Bossiest Friend. She's celebrating a great milestone. I'm just going to put Milan because I know her name. So she's doing a live stream podcast on Facebook. So I'm joining her. She invited me for that. So I'm going to write that in. 3/16. I'm doing some guest coaching in an accelerator. So I'm just going to write the name of the program in here. 3/19. And so what happens is if other dates pop up, I'm just going to write it in here. Like, I'm not obsessed with the idea that they have to go in order so if other things happening. That, I mean, that's just how life works, right? Like, things happen. Things pop up. 3/22, I am hosting a workshop for my clients. So this is outside of their normal coaching calls on podcasting. 3/24 is a lot going on, so I'm gonna do this because I have a Google webinar, but then I also have a training that I paid for. It was like $1,000, but it's all about like hiring, and it was super limited seating, and it's literally all day. It's like 10 to 5. So I'm gonna have to hop off at noon for my webinar. My webinars are about an hour to 90 minutes. Hop off of that and then hop back on. And then 3:30, I have guest speaking engagement. I said March is still filling up. Girl, bye. March has a lot going on. Okay, so that's that. So I'd like to write that in there. And now I'm really excited to just start this practice, because I swear I only did this for 2 dates in January and I felt like I was lost. So now let's go to our monthly, and basically what I want to do here is plug in those dates, but also plug in some other little things. The only thing I can't plug in now is like the days that I want to go live, because I have to figure out what my live streams are going to be about and then pick the day. So that'll be missing from here. And then yeah, so yeah, I'll just kind of talk you through it. So let me start with all of the stuff. I know this feels counterintuitive, but this is important. So I'm going to start with all of the stuff I already wrote in. Podcast with my line. I don't write times in because they're in my phone, if you're wondering. GDC webinar. Pen don't want to work, but what I'm trying to write in is my group program coaching calls, just so I have these in here. And I put it towards the bottom because the calls are late. TFC coaching. Oh my gosh, can this stick or no? I'll use it for cloth and paper. Okay. Use these. I honestly normally don't use these, but I forget that I have them because they're in the back of my planner in a pocket versus being in my sticker drawers, so I don't really see them, and then I forget that they exist. So this is me making an effort to use my stash. So those of you watching that have been hoarding stickers, use your stash. I have a lot of stickers, but I do use them. So all of the brands I've used today are woman-owned, mainly black woman-owned, except for Simply Gilded. Okay, now let's see if I can get this pink pen to work. I don't know, maybe it needs something underneath it or something to give it some more space, but I printed this on my heavy paper, so I don't know why. So all I'm writing in now is that these are my CEO days. I have a YouTube video that just went live on what I do on CEO days. So if you want to check that out, you can find it most recently on my channel. So don't forget to check it out and subscribe. And then what I'm going to write on the side for is basically things that I don't have dates for yet. So this month I need to do about 5 live streams. And then I also am going to be hosting a paid class. I just need to set the date for it. I'm going to be hosting a paid class. So stay tuned to my Instagram and Facebook to find out more about this. If you're not in my Facebook group, click the link in my description box to join. So I'm going to be doing a paid class this month. And that's really it. So this month I'm also going to just write a little note to myself. Okay, so yeah, I have to put these papers on top of other papers for the pen to work. So just read a little note to myself because March is the end of Q1, so I just put wrap the quarter up strong, but do not sacrifice your peace. So, and that's that on that. So now the last thing that I need to do is go to my week on 2 and write out this week's priorities. So this week, thank goodness, is really light considering this month is kind of crazy. So the other tool that I need to look at, I wish my computer was nearby, but it's in my room, is ClickUp. So ClickUp is our new project management tool. We moved from Trello. So in ClickUp, I've already plugged in some tasks of mine. Let me sign in some tasks that I need to do on my little dashboard, and it's more of I plugged them in on Friday because I was thinking about it and I didn't have my planner with me for whatever reason, so I didn't want to forget. Is that my password? No, I don't know what my password is. Oh my god, can I sign in with Google? Okay, so bear with me, guys. I had to get my iPad, y'all, because I could not figure out my password. So okay, cool. So I pulled up my little to-do list. So this week's priorities are: 1, I need to do financial reporting because it's the start of a new, oh my gosh, the pen is getting on my nerves. It's the start of a new month, so I need to do some bookkeeping, and I spelled financial wrong. Let me stop rushing. So basically at the end of the month, at the start of a new month, what I need to do is export my bank statements, my sales reports from Stripe and PayPal and all of the other tools, and send them over to my accountant so she can do the profit and loss statements. And then I need to update my own internal forecasting based on those numbers. I need to do financial reporting. I need to go live because I've been slacking, and I need to record a new podcast SOP. Normally that would not be a priority, but because I just hired like 2 people to work on my team to help with marketing, one's going to be doing the podcast, I need to be able to give her the tools to do her job. So I told her that the podcast is going to be on hold for about 2 weeks for her. But I don't want to take 2 weeks to get it together. It just, basically that means I'm going to plan out the next 2 weeks of podcast, which this week is already scheduled. I need to do it for next week. But the reason why I need a new SOP is because we are moving systems. My podcast is hosted on SoundCloud, and I am moving it to Libsyn for better analytics. We are keeping SoundCloud at least for the next year while I get my foothold on Libsyn. But the nice thing is Libsyn will sync everything over to SoundCloud, so all of our SoundCloud listeners will not miss out. So because we're moving to a new tool, I need to make a new SOP. So the beautiful thing about already having this week's episode ready to go is that I can record myself doing next week. So that's a priority because I have other people who need stuff from me with that. So, okay. So looking at my to-do list from a content standpoint, I need to plan this month's lives. And that's really it from a content standpoint. For TFC, I need to work on the coaching manual because I need to hire a new coach in Q2. I need to work on their podcast training. Oh, I lied. There is something else for content. I need to select date plus finish slides for paid class. Which I need another label that says like sales so that I can put more stuff under there. And then I also need to follow up on applications. Alright, so then for ops, I need to team March projects. They already have some projects in, but I have to see if there's anything else on the radar that I'm not thinking about. I need to review our fellows' work and then check on our new hires. I need to finish setting up my little dashboard in ClickUp because all I have set up for real is like my CEO priority dashboard. Finish setting up my ClickUp folder. I spent a lot of time making sure everybody else's stuff was straight. Okay. And then these initials are for something completely new that's going to be coming soon in my business. So right now I am in review mode. I need to review sales page, emails, captions. I need to select launch date. I need to email Tiara, who is going to be doing the sales page design. I don't know, I just need to finalize a lot of details with this. I'm thinking that this is going to be an April thing. We'll see. Okay, this is I'm gonna leave this blank for now. I'm gonna leave these two blank because these are gonna depend on coaching things. I know that's so vague, but it's just like, it just depends on what homework I get this week. And then miscellaneous. All right, I think I'm good to go there. Oh, okay, I need to record my YouTube video about meditation this week. And I need to outline March videos for YouTube. We already have the first 2 weeks of content filmed, so I'm gonna finish that, hopefully film it this weekend. So this is all I can think of for now. As more stuff comes, it will be getting added in. So that's what I do. And then for the daily inserts, those are written on every day, like in the mornings, unless I know like I have a busy day coming up and I already like have a, like I know exactly what's going on. I'll do it the night before. But I actually like having that as part of my morning routine, just kind of mapping out what I need to do for the day. Some people like doing it the night before, but I don't know. I just felt like the morning worked better for me. And again, this is, you know, you can customize your planning routine as you see fit. So now I'm sure this video is mad long, but there's one more thing I need to do before the flip through, which is change out my little things. So I did go ahead and add my March moon calendar from Planner Press. And then from there, let me see. So I have my little drawer clips. I've already taken a couple out. I think I'll do her. And I think I'll do these two. I don't think I'm gonna put a big one in here again right now. Hold off on that one for now. And if you were wondering, this was a freebie from Pinkimono papers. So yeah, that's my little paper clip drawer. And this is from SugarandIvy. I think these other two are as well, but if not, I only ever buy these from two shops on Etsy. SugarandIvy and shoot, I'll link it in the description. I can never forget the other one's name. Remember the other one's name. I think these both are SugarandIvy, to be completely honest with you. Put our little girl here in the front with her little bun. Put our little coffee mug. And put our little Ugg. Uggs have been like my go-to every day. So I think that that's appropriate. Okay. So let's just pull all my little trash. So let's do a quick flip through. So this dashboard is from Fancy Plans. This is from Etsy. It's a custom divider, cloth and paper. This is a made up dashboard. So I just printed out like a cute pink quote on Canva and just put some routine cards in here. These are from Hey Planner Girl on Etsy, and I just wrote in some of my routines. And initially this was like a personal planner thing, but I decided to do this in my business planner since I'm in it every day, like just having a quick snapshot. This is my goals insert. You guys have seen this before, so I won't flip through that one. This is, I don't know what this is from, child. I don't know if it's cloth and paper. I don't know. I can't remember. I know I've showed it in a different video. This is Courtney Taylor Plans. So that's the same. The 2021 overview, I have not used it as much yet, but it's cloth and paper. So if you're wondering what it looks like, it's just this over and over again with the section for accomplishments and stuff in the back. cloth and paper, cloth and paper, cloth and paper. These are all from the subscription boxes, which mine is coming tomorrow, thankfully. We then have our quarterly overview. So we have that in there. And then we have a little pocket I made. This is like some leftover laminate from when I laminated something that I just hole punched. And then this pocket, Hey Planner Girl sent this with my order, and she put my stuff in it, so I just glued it to this dashboard. And it just has a bunch of like on the go stickers in here. So I actually like having this in here. Alright, and then this overview is from Fancy Plans of the Year on vellum. And then we have our little 2021 overview. This was February, as you guys can see. I took the first page out. And then we have the one that I just decorated. And then we get into April on the back. We have a half sheet. Just I like having these in here for random musings. We have another custom planner from custom divider from Etsy, and I used some double-sided tape to adhere some post-it notes to it. So I basically ripped off like the first 10 pages of like these two post-it sets and then double-side glued it to this. Affirmation card from Notiq and a post-it note. Morning mindset from cloth and paper. And then, oh, this needs to come out. This is old. Which I need to figure out where I put these at to get the March one out. But then in the today section, we have our daily overview. We have a folder. This actually was holding a couple stickers too, but I took those out. So right now it's empty. This is from Hobby Lobby. Then we have our priority section. Again, this is from Etsy, where we get into our week on 2. And I did go ahead and put a couple weeks in here just to make it easy for me to decorate. So y'all already saw that. We have our content plan. I took all the old stuff out. So this is like a mixture of this type of insert from Michaels and then some executive notes from cloth and paper, just so I have space, because this content plan section is really for me to brainstorm ideas and to jot down quick talking points for live streams if I'm feeling inspired to do one on the spot. It's not meant for hardcore like content planning. And then we have this dashboard from Fancy Plans and this to-do section from Fancy Plans. I don't know how I'm going to use this yet, but I love this idea and I love this layout. So it's in the planner. Our project section, I took all the old projects out. I'm still using SugarandIvy inserts here. And then we have our inbox section. And again, I've taken all the old stuff out. So, you know, I made this in Canva. There's a video on my channel on how to do it. I have a cloth and paper post-it note here. And then I have more half sheets back here. And then I have this post-it inbox from Fancy Plans. And then I have some inbox inserts from Etsy. Then I have this digital declutter dashboard from cloth and paper, and I have another set of inbox inserts from cloth and paper, no, from Fancy Plans. And then I have this divider that I was using for my inbox section, but I moved it to the back because the last piece of paper in ring bound planners tends to get like bent at the bottom. So I have this like harder dashboard here to back that up. And then in here I have a couple of task cards and some extra stickers. So I have some notebook paper in the back with notes from different things. And then here I have another affirmation card. The same quote cards as last time. You guys have seen these before. These are typically freebies with orders. And then this is a calendar of new moons and full moons for the entire year from SugarandIvy. So that was my super fast planner walkthrough. I was trying to make it as quick as I could because I know this video is long. If you have any questions, I forgot to mention where something was from, you need, you know, some answers, just comment down below. I'll be down there chatting with you guys. Make sure you give this video a big thumbs up, subscribe to this channel, and I'll talk to you all in the next one. Bye.